Welcome to More Than Just Cooking. Today we're focusing on the most important meal of the day, breakfast. I remember a lady once saying to me that for breakfast she had a cigarette, a cough and a coffee, and I was really shocked. Not that I knew much about health back then, but I was pretty sure that wasn't a great way to start the day. There are many compelling reasons to make the most important meal of the day the most important meal of the day. And here are just three. 1, cognitive ability and academic performance are seen to improve with regular breakfast consumption. 2, breakfast eaters have been found to be half as likely to have high cholesterol, which is a known risk factor for heart disease. And 3, half as likely to have blood sugar problems, which increase the risk of developing diabetes. And with us again today is Kaysie, who has some appetising and nourishing recipes to share with us for breakfast. Thank you, Kaysie.
Yes. Today I'm going to be making glorified rice, which is a beautiful, refreshing way to have rice for breakfast. Then I'm going to make pear quinoa, which is again a really nice way to have quinoa, which quinoa has an interesting flavour. And then I'm going to make millet pudding, which beautiful for breakfast, makes a special breakfast, but also can be made as a dessert.
Wow, that's fantastic. Looks wonderful.
Yes, and these are actually all seed of our recipes that I learned.
That health retreat where you spent some time?
That's right, where I worked there. And all of these recipes are using gluten-free grains.
Well, that's a plus.
Yes.
So anyone can use these recipes.
That's right.
Excellent. Well, Kaysie, let's get cooking.
Yes. The first breakfast recipe I'm going to make today is glorified rice.
Hold that thought, just one moment. Because just an interesting thing about rice, you know it supplies around half of the daily calories for half of the world's population. And in some parts of the world, the words to eat literally mean to eat rice. Mind you, a lot of the time people eat white rice, and that's a bit of a shame because brown rice has more than twice the nourishment and a lot more flavour too. It's got a really nice, mild, nutty taste. If you haven't tried it, it's definitely worth giving it a try. Now you can even get a low GI rice in Australia. I don't know about other parts, but that's great for people who perhaps are concerned about their blood sugar. And it's gluten-free, great grain. And in Australia, they're getting a little bit more used to rice, I think, and you can even buy 5 kilo packs. So it's an indication that we're probably starting to value it like other parts of the world do. So let's hear this wonderful recipe, Kaysie.
Yes. To start with this recipe, you need 2 cups of cooked brown rice. And to cook rice, you use, if you take this ratio, 1 cup dry, add 2 cups of water, and half a teaspoon of salt for every dry cup that you use.
And that'll give you the 2 cups that you need for this recipe.
Yeah, it'll probably make a bit extra, but it'll be enough for you to use. The extra you can always use another time.
Oh yes.
And then, you cook it probably about an hour. You need it for that long.
You cook it for an hour?
Bring it to a boil, then let it go on simmer, and then you'll have it just tender. So I'll put that straight in the bowl here. And then we'll add some nice flavours to it. The next ingredient is half a cup of coconut milk.
Oh, that's going to be tasty.
Yes. This recipe is a bit of a tropical style recipe with coconut, and there's also some pineapple coming up. But before I get there, half a cup of soy milk.
Sure.
I'll add that in as well. And then add also half a cup of sultanas and half a cup of chopped nuts.
All right, so what sort of nuts are you using today, Kaysie?
These nuts are almonds,
Okay.
and they're roasted, so that gives an extra nice flavour.
They do, that makes it lovely.
So add that, but you can use any nuts. You could use any.
Walnuts
Experiment whichever ones you like the flavour of in this mixture.
And you can vary it from one time to another.
You could, and that's a great idea because variety is just so important for good nutrition.
Yes.
Okay, and then adding to that a cup of pineapple pieces.
It's quite tropical, isn't it?
Yeah. You could use even crushed pineapple, but I like the chunks. So it doesn't really matter, but the chunkiness is really nice. And then, last but not least, 1 apple shredded. This is a fresh one.
Very nice.
And as you can see, this is a really simple recipe. Just mix that all together. And
let's serve it for breakfast.
Have it for breakfast, and we just serve it like this. You can have this cold, or you can have it warm if you put it in just a baking dish and heat it up in the oven.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Either way, it doesn't matter. But in summer, it's nice cold.
I'm sure that would be really, really delicious.
Yeah. And it's also a good idea if you make it the day before, the flavours will actually blend and marinate.
So even the apple would be all mixed up there, and that wouldn't be a problem with it. That sounds lovely.
Very simple, but again, breakfast you want easy to
You do, and I like the idea of making it the day before because breakfast sometimes is compromised because of time. That's something you can make ahead of time that's so nourishing is just a great recipe.
Yeah.
Thank you, that's lovely.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back. Kaysie, I think the next recipe you have for us is the pear quinoa.
Yes, that's correct. But first, I need to make 1 batch of pear cream.
All right.
For that, you'll need a 410-gram can of pear halves, or pear slices, one or the other, it doesn't matter, which is about this size. If you wanted to do a double batch, you can get the bigger size can,
all right.
but this is the small. So we'll slip that straight into a blender.
Juice and all?
Juice and all. Juice and all, just like that. And then add half a cup of cashew pieces. And then a teaspoon of vanilla essence, which gives it a really nice flavour. So we'll just go.
And that's a pure vanilla. Oh, that's quite thick, isn't it?
It is thick. This one actually is an alcohol-free vanilla.
Oh, I'm impressed about that.
Yes. But anyone would do, but yeah, that's just what this one is. Okay, now this we'll just blend quickly till it's smooth, and then it will be ready. So hold on a minute. Okay. Okay, I think that's blended.
So that's
pretty well.
nice and smooth and creamy. You would use that in other ways besides this recipe?
You certainly can. You can use it on special fruit desserts and all sorts.
Oh, right. But you're going to use it into the pear quinoa.
Yes.
Speaking of quinoa, I just thought the viewers might be interested in quinoa. It's spelled Quinoa.
Yes, that's correct. You got it.
And I thought I knew. It's actually a very impressive ancient grain. And why? Well, one, it's low GI and it's gluten-free. It's anti-inflammatory, a good source of protein, fibre, iron, calcium, and the list just goes on. But wait, there's more. Because of its high nutritive value, its impressive biodiversity and the important role it plays in the achievement of food security worldwide, wait for this, it was officially declared that the year 2013 be recognised as the International Year of the Quinoa. Believe it or not, and that was by the FAO, the Food and Agricultural Organisation of the United Nations. So Kaysie, let's get cooking with this impressive quinoa grain.
Yeah, let's do it. To start with, we're going to use 3 cups of cooked quinoa.
Right.
And for quinoa, to cook it, you'll need 1 cup dry to 4 cups of water. Sorry, not 4, 3 cups of water.
3 cups.
3 cups of water. And again, half a teaspoon of salt.
All right.
And then this doesn't actually take that long to cook. It only takes about half an hour.
I love the way it goes transparent, and you can see that little curly tail in there.
Yes, it's quite intriguing, isn't it?
Yes. The other thing I love about it is it doesn't clump together. The grains stay separate, so it's lovely in a salad.
It is beautiful in a salad. That's true.
Very nice features about that grain.
Yeah. So we'll go put that straight here in the mixing bowl. Okay.
Thank you.
And then add in some nuts, half a cup of chopped nuts. I'm using pecans. And that's because pecans are a soft nut.
Yes.
And in this recipe, it's really nice for a softer nut. Yes.
But it's good to get the variety too. So you've used 3 different grains and 3 different types of nuts today, and that's a great way to start the day with those two things.
Yes. Then this is a third of a cup of dried apricots. They look kind of a bit unusual.
They do.
But that's because these are Turkish dried apricots, and it's just a personal preference of mine to use these because they don't have preservatives.
All right.
But you can use any dried apricot, it's fine. Yeah.
They'll give a nice tangy flavour.
They do, and they're actually really important part of this dish. Each of the components in this dish blend to make a really lovely flavour, and if you take any one of them out, it's just not the same.
Right. So I guess for texture and flavour.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, I'm very much into texture.
Yeah. Then we put in 1 large, well, either a large fresh pear, or what I have today is some canned pear.
All right.
From a 410 gram.
All right, so that's the whole can that you use?
Yeah, the whole can. Or if you have a larger can that's about 800 grams, you'd use half the can, half the pear in the can. And
so
we'll
this
just
is
stir
very
that
much
together.
a pear-based recipe.
It is.
So that's different and lovely.
Yeah. I love pears.
Isn't that interesting? I don't tend to use them as much as some of my other favourites. So,
okay, there you go.
So this looks very nice.
Then next we're using the recipe of pear cream, which I made before.
Right.
And to that I'm actually going to add another teaspoon of vanilla. And I'll stir that through before I mix it in to the rest of the ingredients here, just so that it mixes through evenly.
It mixes through there before you blend it through.
So there we go, and then just tip it in. And this, again, this recipe, you can use it cold or warm. It can be served in either way. I actually like it cold.
Yes.
And again, it's good after it's, like if you've done it the day before or the night before that you use it, it's good because the flavour's improved.
So that's another make ahead one.
It's another make ahead one.
To me, that is a real plus.
Yes.
Because really, the reality is for a lot of people, probably most people, time is of the essence in the mornings. Right. And I think that's one of the reasons that people tend to skip breakfast.
True, because...
One of the reasons, it's not the only one, but that's really good if it's there and it's basically instant. If you've made it ahead, it's ready to just eat.
Take it out of the fridge and it's ready to go.
That's a good thing.
So again, you just can do it like this. If you want it warm, you can just put it in the oven, like in a baking dish, and bake it for 20 minutes. Cover that, I guess, would you? You could, probably doesn't matter too much, but just to heat it through. Yes. Because I mean, all the ingredients are cooked.
That's right.
As you know.
So just warm it up. Yeah. In the winter, that would be good.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, that's a lovely,
very nutritious start to the day.
Yes, I'm sure I'm looking forward to trying that. I haven't tried that particular one. Thank you very much, Kaysie, and we'll be right back. And now we're going to have our final breakfast dish, millet pudding. Kaysie, you said this was a breakfast dish and you're calling it a pudding. How does that work?
Yes, pudding, well, it's a bit more of a special breakfast. Maybe not one you'd have every day, but Yeah, definitely really nice for a breakfast.
And so can you use it as a pudding as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's actually very nice.
Well, that
as a
sounds
pudding.
great. All right, let's see how you make it.
Yeah, for this recipe you'll need 1 cup of uncooked hulled millet, and then you'll mix it with 3 cups of water, or 4 cups. You might need 4 cups, and then half a teaspoon of salt. And you mix them together. Cook them on the stove for about an hour.
About an hour.
It's.
Do you
millet.
need to be stirring it while it's cooking?
No, not necessarily. You
It's
can
happy
just
just
bring
to
it to
sit
the
there?
boil and then let it simmer.
Cover or uncover?
Yeah, you have to be careful because they tend to froth up a bit
Alright.
with covering it. But once it's settled down, you can cover it.
Mhm.
And you have to watch it, because once the water's used up, if it uses it up, it can stick on the bottom.
Sure.
So you may have to add even more water.
All right.
Yeah, but it takes an hour to cook. So you want to be planning for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
all right. And you just it doesn't need any attention. That's helpful because you can be doing other things and not be standing over it or stirring it. Because
Yeah.
that'd be a long time
That's right.
to stir something. All right.
Yes,
So-
yes. But once you've cooked it, then you've got to be ready to straight away, while it's hot, make the recipe. Because for this recipe to work and actually thicken up properly, you've got to use the hot millet.
That's hot.
So it's hot, yeah.
Now, this is the 3rd grain that we've seen demonstrated today, or about to see demonstrated today, and it's just one of many, and they're all great. Grains have got a wonderful reputation. In fact, the FDA permits foods that contain at least 51% whole grains by weight, and they're also low in fat, saturated fat and cholesterol, to display a health claim stating consumption is linked to lower risk of heart disease and certain cancers. And now research suggests that regular consumption of whole grains also reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. So they're just a wonderful food, and we're just looking at one way each to use 3 different grains, but there's many grains out there, and just being creative and use them very freely. So Kaysie, now over to you to show us what you're going to do with millet.
With millet, yes. Millet is it's quite an amazing grain in the sense that when it cools, it thickens. And we take advantage of that in this recipe. And so for that then, we need 1 cup of the hot cooked millet. And I'll put that straight into the blender. And it needs to be a packed cup.
Right.
Yeah, for it to work properly. So nice, packed, solid cup.
It's quite useful actually to have measuring cups, because if you're using a teacup or something, they will vary so much, and for some recipes it matters to get the amounts just right. This is one of those, apparently, Kaysie, to get the cup. And the other thing that's just a very small point, but you might have noticed that Kaysie levelled it off right across the top. Again, sometimes when I've seen people making a recipe in classes, and they'll get a cup like that, like this, and they fill it to about here, like they would if they're going to have a cup of tea or something. And that is not a measuring cup.
well.
That's not a cup. It's not a full cup. It's the same with the other measuring spoons. It needs to be levelled off, not heaped, and not too low. So that's a good point that you've made. It does need to be a full cup.
Full cup. And with that also 1 cup of pineapple
All right,
juice.
and we'll watch
And you can see
fill it.
this is hot
Yes,
as well.
I can see the steam coming off of that. And again, you're going to take it right up to the brim so that the amounts are just exactly equal. See that? Going all the way up.
Right like that. And straight in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something that will help recipes to turn out the way you would like them to, and the way the recipe intended.
Then to that, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And this is actually, once you've got all of the ingredients set up, it's actually quite a simple and fast recipe to make. Once you get to this stage of blending. Yeah. Now, so there's 1 teaspoon of the vanilla, and then a tablespoon of honey.
Right.
Which I have here.
Do you know how long it takes a bee to make a tablespoon of honey? 4 lifetimes.
Yes, it's those little bees do such a lot of work for us, don't they?
They do. They do.
Now, I'm just going to use this to...
But I appreciate that you're not using a lot of it. Sometimes when I've done cooking demonstrations and I talk about, not having too much sugar, it's usual that somebody will say, "Oh, but what about honey?" And I say, "Oh, it's still a very sweet thing."
It is.
And
it's still sugar.
they don't altogether appreciate that it is. And I tell them, "Did you know?" I asked them first of all, who was the wisest man who ever lived? Now you would probably know that.
Yes, Solomon.
King Solomon, that's right. Did you know he wrote thousands of proverbs and he wrote 2 about honey? Did you know that?
Yes.
One of them is, this is not nice actually, to say in a cooking demonstration, he said, if you find honey, eat just enough. Too much and you'll vomit. Oh, that's not nice, is it? But it's interesting to notice that. So if you are using some, just enough, just a little taste.
And it's amazing, even though there's only a tablespoon in this recipe, it still tastes really nice at the end.
I've tasted this recipe and I know that this is delightful.
All right, then also the last one is a tablespoon of coconut milk. And again, it's only a very small amount of fat then if you consider that.
But a lovely, lovely flavour.
It does, it brings a lovely flavour. Then simply give it a good blend, and you'll need to blend it well enough so that the millet is totally smooth.
And I am staggered, absolutely amazed, because I tasted this when you did it a while ago, how smooth it came out. It came out as smooth as custard. I couldn't believe, I could not believe it was actually a grain that you'd used. It was velvet. So, but you do need to do it for a while.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. The millet is quite soft, but it is one thing I don't know whether I mentioned before, but it's important that the grain is hulled millet.
Oh yes.
Yes. Otherwise you'll be in trouble.
All right, hulled millet. That's something to definitely remember.
That's very important. All right,
hulled millet. Don't get that one right.
No, I'm going to blend this quickly. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's going to be nicely made smooth.
It's fairly runny at the moment.
It is fairly runny, but it will set up as it cools.
Right.
Yeah, and it's quite amazing how it sets up. Now, if I just pour it in here, this is what you would do at home, is just to pour it into a...
You can see how smooth it is just looking at it, but I honestly never would have believed that the texture is so incredibly smooth.
Yes.
And I never could have believed it would do it if I hadn't tasted it.
There we go. Yeah, so just like that, you'll let it chill, and
then it sets.
Then it sets. Probably, like, if you're going to plan to have it for breakfast, you would definitely have to do this the night before.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, but you know, at Cedar Vale, when they served these millet pudding, they would actually serve it for tea. And what they would do,
You mean like supper, that they call it in other parts of the world.
Yeah, supper, the evening meal. Right, it's a light evening meal. And they would put some toasted muesli in the bottom of little dishes that were just small ones. And then they'd pour the pudding out into each of the dishes. And then they'd top it with some berries thickened with corn flour or something and make it look pretty. And that's what they would serve with fruit salad for a tea. It was one of my favourites. I really liked it.
I think you had a lot of favourites actually.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was one of them.
But yeah, so that's how we do it.
Going to set, and then you just serve it up.
That's right. And I have one already done here. This is one like for breakfast.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can see it's thickened and almost like jelly, a little bit of custard, that kind of thing. And you can also make this as a dessert. And I've got one done like that too.
Look at that.
There.
Now, isn't that interesting, the difference it makes when you've got it in a ceramic bowl or a crystal?
Yes.
It just entirely different, and yet it's the same thing that's there.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be very happy if someone served that up to me for a dessert. It's beautiful. And the texture is amazing. Totally amazing.
Yes, it is. That's for sure.
3 beautiful recipes, Kaysie.
Yes.
The glorified rice.
Yes.
And
Pear
the
quinoa.
pear quinoa. Quinoa.
Yes, you got it.
And then millet pudding,
Yes.
all of which can be made ahead.
Yes, that's
All
correct.
3. That's a huge plus. Because, as I said, some people struggle with eating breakfast because of the time. There's lots of reasons, and I think it wouldn't hurt to maybe think of a couple of others. Sometimes people say, I just don't feel hungry in the morning, and the reason for that could be that they've eaten a big evening meal. And there's a little saying, and I'm sure probably most of our viewers would know this, breakfast like a, do you know this one?
King.
Breakfast like a king.
Yes.
Lunch like a
Queen.
prince.
Prince, right, yes.
and tea like a pauper.
Pauper, that's it.
And so if you're really struggling with eating breakfast, the best way to get started is to lighten up at night, and then you'll have a bit more appetite in the morning, but it's definitely worth it. Do you know, there were 2 doctors going back, a long time now, Doctors Belloc and Breslow, you might have heard of them, and they discovered 7 habits that would confer extra years of life and extra quality of life, and one of them was eating breakfast. So people actually live longer and live better when they eat breakfast. A simple thing to do, really, and a great habit to develop.
Definitely,
Yes. Well, I just think they have been very, very useful, as well as delightful recipes, and thank you very much.
You're
and thanks
welcome.
to Cedar Vale for their creative ways to make healthy food so inviting.
Yes.
For more health tips and recipes, check out our website. Go to resources and click on recipes. Here you'll find recipes you saw in today's episode and other healthy ideas. Our website is 3abnaustralia.org.au. Download our app and take 3ABN on the road with you as well.
Thank you, Kaysie, for those lovely recipes. I think we should get the floor manager up here to taste them, don't you
Yeah,
think?
why not?
Here he is. There you go. Oh, how about that?
It looks so delicious.
All right, so
Yeah.
oh dear.
See you next time. That was delicious.